歴史に残る名勝負が生まれた2025年のワールドシリーズ。激戦の末、山本由伸選手の伝説的なパフォーマンスにより、ドジャースが連覇を達成しましたが、この激闘を見守ったのは、両チームのファンだけではなかったようです。今年、アメリカンリーグのサイ・ヤング賞を2年連続で受賞した、現役最強ピッチャーのタリク・スクーバル選手も激闘を見守り、試合終了時には、X にインクレディブルと投稿しました。スクーバル選手は、アメリカのポッドキャスト番組、ファールテリトリーに出演し、今年のプレーオフについて振り返る中で、山本由伸選手にも言及しました。その様子を、日英字幕でご紹介します。
I have so many questions for you. Watching your games in the playoffs, like different stuff from the playoffs, like I haven't seen anybody on the losing team that's dominated as much as you have. I mean, I'm not saying that in any other way than a compliment. Like, when your team wins the World Series, it will be because you and your team have won the whole way, because you just have carried the Tigers the last 2 years. So I want to congratulate you for that. But I want to go directly to Game 5. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you went 6 innings with 13 punchies and gave up 1 run?
Yeah, 1.
Was it tough to sit there then for 9 more innings and watch this team? Were you like, were you trying to like move your shoulder around, like, I can give you guys another inning? Like, do you go back and do you think, not second guessing, but do you think, man, if I had 10 strikeouts but gone 8 innings, would that have helped? You know, what's your mindset in that moment, but also thinking about that game afterwards and since?
Yeah, that game was, I mean, it was one of the greatest games in postseason history, really, in a winner go home, Game 5, Game 7 type scenario. Obviously, we know runs are at a premium, especially in a Game 5 game, especially against the Mariners. So I'm trying to do what I can to keep our team in it and limit runs. The run that I gave up was a frustrating run because it was like kind of like a flare down the left field line double, and Josh Naylor, being the guy that he is, he's a great baseball player. He knows it's loud, steals third, and the next one's F8, and we're down 1-0 in like the 4th inning or so. So I'm just trying to keep the game where it's at, and however I get outs, I get outs. Obviously, the strikeout was, my stuff was good that day, so the pitch count's going to get up, kind of regardless of what I was trying to do. And in the postseason, like, you can't really pitch. I mean, you're pitching to contact, but at any point, guys are going to jump you, and that could be the difference in a game, just because every run is magnified, every out is magnified. So just trying to keep the game where it is, and obviously I think the strikeout was that. I mean, if you look at Game 1 against Cleveland, I also think I struck out 14, but I was able to pitch in the 8th just because they were really efficient strikeouts. And, I mean, the Mariners are a good team. They slug. They really do slug. They had, top 5 guys with 20-plus bombs, 2 with 50-plus. It's like that. I mean, at any point they can run the ball out of the yard. So just knowing the lineup, knowing the game, knowing the situation, knowing runs are at a premium, you just try to grind as best you can. And every out, it's even more draining than a regular season out. 1 out in the postseason feels like an inning in the regular season, just based on how meaningful all the game is. But yeah, I mean, later into that game, it's like the 11th inning. I'd kind of come down from the adrenaline and stuff, and I'm in the dugout, and I'm like, I wonder if they'd let me re-enter this game, or if there's some rule changes that we could to use, just because it's been like, I mean, this game was so long. There's 2 7th inning stretches during the game. It was a ton of fun. Obviously, we come out on the wrong side of it, but just watching that game and living that game, it was almost worse. It was worse just watching it than playing in it, just because you have no say or any control of what's going on out there.
All right, because you brought that up, I'm going to jump ahead to my other question and get back to the Guardians question. My question is, did you watch the World Series?
Yeah.
Did you see what Yamamoto did, and could you have done that?
Yeah, I mean, that's what he did. I mean, not only like just throwing back-to-back days, but also the performance the performance and the outings that he strung together were incredible all postseason long. Without that guy, they don't win the World Series, and I would love to sit here and say I'd be ready to go, Game 1 against Cleveland and Game 3 I was ready to go game 3. You know, I was like, hey, I'm good to pitch if we need it. But back to back, I mean, in that situation, you put me in his shoes, I'm gonna argue as best I can to be out there and be thrown in that situation for sure. Whether those decisions are made, you know, you got to look out for the health of players too. I don't know. I would love to be in that situation though, and I know I would do everything I could to petition my way into the game. They needed him. Obviously, the game goes into extras and stuff, but I can't see myself sitting on the side and not at least giving it a go. I don't know. The impressive part was it wasn't just back to back. His stuff was as good as it was the day before, you know. And I'm like, if I throw 100 pitches the next day, I don't know if I'm going to be 97 to 100. You know, I could get out there and maybe throw 92, 94, but he was 95 to 98 coming out, 95 to 98 with the splitter. That's great. Yeah, I mean, that was incredibly impressive. I would love to be in that situation to petition to be able to go out there and pitch, and just see what happens. You're in that role, man. Game 7, you got nothing to lose. Just give it what you got.
ご視聴いただきありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。